This episode did exactly what I've been waiting for and hoping for, and that's for everything to hit the fan, this group to explode, them to realize someone's setting them up, and then you don't know what's happening because so much shit's going on at the same time that you're absolutely confused, you're terrified, you're excited, but you're just so damn happy to be watching this series. This episode probably is my favorite of the season. This episode was absolutely incredible. This group was destined to explode. Hell, you get one image in this episode that almost reminded me more of The Last Supper than the actual Last Supper image that they showed us before, because you got all the characters together having a nice little potluck dinner, and you know, oh, this is going to be the episode where this group is no longer going to be sitting around the table having dinner because they're absolutely going to lose it. Just seeing how this episode ends in such a very intense scene. You got the music playing, really building you up to that atmosphere. You know when they enter the cell, it's not going to be sunshines and rainbows, but you're excited. You're like, this is it. They're going to figure out, is this her father or is this just someone else? And just when everything explodes, when you see Lieutenant Surmi come in with that creepy ass smile blowing up the bridge, when you see Hijikata walking around all menacing like, and you're just like, this guy is up to no good in this neighborhood, and then just everything else, you're seeing the dude absolutely freak out. You're like, well, that's definitely not her father, and just some of the weirdest kind of comedic but also kind of creepy scenes where he's just overreacting because he is just a double to play for the actual real version. This episode was intense, and it was surprising because the first good chunk of this episode was very classic Golden Kamuy, where it's, you know, it's cooking, it's kind of just very comfy stuff, a lot of funny facial reactions, people just kind of bonding over cooking and learning different cultures' foods, things like that, stuff we've always expected with this series. And then also kind of building the tunnel, trying to get them into the prison, very kind of normal, very expected content. But it was all kind of a bluff to make us feel comfy, to make us feel safe. Like, okay, they're doing their cooking, the group's still gonna be okay right now. Yeah, maybe we got that creepy Last Supper looking image, but everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. They got this nice peaceful music when they're all kind of cooking around it. Some of the music actually reminded me of Stardew Valley. It was just very peaceful, very comfy. Sure, they had a couple of hiccups here or there, but you know, everything's feeling good. You know, you're even getting a very satisfying romance. You're like, holy hell. You know, everyone's thinking like she wants Wilk, not our man. But she's like, no, I don't want to see him because I want to be with Wilk. No, I want to be with you. And you're like, wow, Golden Kamuy's actually like sprinkling in a really beautiful romance. Everything in this series is so damn perfect right now. Prison's about to explode. I love it. I love how they set the viewer's expectations up for this very simple, very kind of like, you almost thought like this was going to be the episode where we don't get inside the prison. We're just setting it up, trying to give you that breather episode. So next week, that's when things are going to get serious. No, this is the episode that got serious. And that's perfect. The directing and the overall setting the viewer up for a certain type of episode to then just really shattering that, because the plan was going pretty smoothly for a while there. And I just love how like there's just all this comedy, all this very funny reactions. As soon as they're starting the prison break, they're just sneaking out and immediately have to punch a guard in the throat because they got caught. Like, there's so much that's just like, you feel safe because they got so much comedy, so much very simple interactions that you don't feel like things are going to go too wrong until it absolutely does. And then when you're like, okay, things are going wrong, let's keep it up, they're like, no, we're going to keep making it worse and worse and worse for these characters, to the point that you don't know what's happening, you don't know who you want to trust right now, and you don't know who's going to live. And that's how you build up an epic conclusion. We got a couple of episodes left to the season, and holy hell, this almost felt like an episode 11, because you're like, where are they going to go for 2 more episodes? And I'm very, very excited. The overall directing was awesome because, like I mentioned, it was very comfy, very simple. It was almost wholesome, you could say, with all the romance, all the cooking, all the very slice of life, but also set up to breaking into the prison. But then you got these heartwarming moments, these kind of emotional moments, not knowing if we should actually know the truth. Is that going to be the father or not? Stopping the fortune from being told the 1001th time. I love this. I love how it was this perfectly executed and directed episode where it's setting the viewer up for so many things. And then when it finally does the reveal that everything's going to hit the fan, that people are betrayed, you don't know who you want to trust or where the series wants to go, that's exactly what an episode like this needed. And the directing with the music and the overall reactions, from comedic to just overall emotional, this is an episode that really showcases why this series is so great and why it can play around with so many styles and genres and somehow make it work. This episode was incredible. I love the voice acting. The music was probably my favorite part in the episode, because as much as the expressions and just the terrifying reactions, it was the music. Like when they were breaking into this prison, the way it was kind of amplifying everything up. It was building and building and building, so when the explosion hit, literally, you were intense, and it was because of the music. music, and I think that was a really nice touch overall. Golden Kamuy has been an absolute blast this past year here, back with the first season and now with the second. This is a series in a lot of ways I don't want to ever see it end, but with how good the quality's been recently, I'm okay if it has to end either for good or for a little bit before we get maybe another season, if we ever do or not. But seriously, this episode, I just love it. It was tense, it was very comfy and wholesome. It did everything that a Golden Kamuy episode could possibly do. The only thing maybe it didn't do was throw in a bear. If they threw in a bear, it probably hit every single note that this series is known for. This was the type of episode that really you come out, you're thinking of so many things, you're like, where is it gonna go from here? But you're just happy to have experienced it, because this is one of those episodes that you kind of want to rewatch because it was that enjoyable and you want to pick up on all the other little bits of details you might have missed out on the first time. Amazing episode. Seriously excited to see where episodes 11 and 12 of this season are gonna go. Let me know your theories, your speculations, your favorite moments, any of your thoughts down in that comment section below, and be sure to like the video if you did enjoy, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content from me in the future. So until next time everyone, please take care and have a good one.